To put the chassis together, grab the chassis that's been laser cut, and there are pieces of paper on each side. You can take these off, or you can paint these or decorate these the way you want. But I like to take it off. It makes a little bit more of a cleaner look. And all you need to do is just grab the edge and then start pulling, and you can pull that completely off there. So here it is, completely off. Don't get frustrated, you can get it off. And then open up the bag and you'll pull out your motors, battery holder, caster wheel, assorted bolts and nuts, then another little bag that has got a decoder wheel in it, one for each axle, decoder wheel, 2 of them, an on-off switch, and 4 of these tabs. Now these are also made out of the same acrylic material as the chassis, so you can peel the paper off of these as well. There, the last one. Also included in the bag is a sheet that gives you instructions on how to put the chassis subassembly together. But we're going to show you this completely in this video. The motors have 2 terminals on them, and they're copper colored. Both of these motors each have 2 terminals. Positive and negative, and it doesn't matter which one because they're DC motors. We'll show you later how to hook the wires up onto those. But the important thing as you put the chassis together is to get the motor with the terminal side up and place a decoder wheel onto the axle that is on the same side. You'll notice the decoder wheel has a square hole, and the shaft itself also is square. So just line those up and then press it on. Like that. Then we'll take the motor, and you'll notice that there are some slots here that look like a cross. The decoder wheel sits down onto that cross. We'll take one of these tabs and slide it up into one of these square slots like this, and then set it down onto the table. Then take your motor and then just place it so that the decoder wheel is in the cross. Take one of your other tabs, put a long bolt through it, and then slide it into the motor on the opposite side of the decoder wheel, and then slide it into the tab that's already on your chassis. Take a nut, tighten it, and you'll notice that this tab needs to fit into the slot that's here. You can kind of see it right here as it indents in. So now as you tighten it, everything lines up, and then you take your next bolt and slide it here. Grab a nut and finish it out by tightening it onto the bottom. And do the same thing to the other side. You see that it's in this tab as well, this tab. They're tight. The decoder wheels should be at the end of the shafts, sitting into the slots here. Now it's time to put the front caster wheel in. Since this is the bottom of the robot, this needs to go on the bottom too. Notice that the caster isn't a perfect square, it's a rectangle. So it will not bolt here, but it will bolt like that. Just take some small bolts here, take it all the way through, put on a nut, and do the same to all four. There, the front caster is on. We can put the wheels on. Once again, square shaft, square hole, line them up. Easier said than done sometimes. There. Do the same on this side. You'll notice that the battery compartment has two holes that I put these bolts in. The bolts do not fit on any holes that are on the chassis. You have the option of going ahead and drilling another hole or a set of holes for it to fit in, or you can simply use this slot here. I'm using the slot and going to use the brass standoffs as my nuts since I've run out of nuts in my packet. And now take the positive and negative leads, feed them through any slot here to get them on top side, and then we can cut the red wire, solder it to the terminal here, and then take the other end and solder it there, and then we'll be connected with our switch.